In today's lesson, you will learn to factor certain trinomials. The theory for factoring trinomials goes back to multiplication by the FOIL method. If you multiply two binomials, you frequently get a trinomial as an answer. Therefore, one can factor some trinomials into two binomial factors. The method that we will use is called guess and check. Some textbooks call it trial and error. I prefer guess and check because I think it gives a better indication of what you actually do. You are going to make educated guesses about the factors, and then you're going to check to see if you guessed correctly. The only way to get really good at guess and check factoring is to practice, practice, and practice. Let's look at an example. We're going to multiply first to remind you how to use the FOIL method to multiply two binomials to get a trinomial. We're going to multiply 2x minus 3 times x plus 2. Now, using the FOIL method, we multiply the first term times the first term, 2x times x to get the 2x squared. We multiply the outside terms, 2x times 2 to get 4x. The inside terms, negative 3 times x to get a negative 3x. And finally, the two last terms, negative 3 times 2 to get negative 6. Now we combine the like terms to get 2x squared plus x minus 6. Now when we reverse the process, I will give you the trinomial and ask you to give the two binomial factors. So looking at the answer, this analyzes how we got it. I got the 2x squared by multiplying the first two terms together. So notice 2x squared involves only one multiplication. It involves multiplying the two first terms together. Notice the negative 6 also involves only one multiplication. It involves multiplying the last two terms together, a negative 3 times a positive 2. But now the x involves two multiplications and an addition. So I call the x a combination. We had to do the 2x times 2 and the negative 3 times x and then combine like terms. We are going to make our educated guesses so that when we multiply the two first terms of our guesses, we will get the first term of the trinomial. And when we multiply the last two terms of our guesses, we will get the last term of the polynomial. We will then check to see if we were lucky enough to make the guesses that will give us the correct combination. If we do not get the correct combination, then we go back and guess again. Now we're ready to factor a trinomial. Let's factor x squared minus 9x plus 8. Let's first of all analyze everything we know about it. X squared minus 9x plus 8. Now this positive sign tells me that the two signs in my binomial factors are going to be the same. So these two signs are the same. The reason is, to get a positive 8, I must multiply either a negative times a negative or a positive times a positive. The only way to get a positive number is to either multiply two positives or multiply two negatives. Now the middle term involves a combination and a combining like terms. Now since it does involve an addition and I have a negative 9, I must be adding two negatives to get the negative 9. So the combination of these two tells me the signs are the same, the signs are negative. So I'm going to put down the two signs. I'm sure of that. That's not guess, that's fact. I must multiply the first two terms together to get x squared. Well, luckily, the only way of getting x squared is x times x. So I can put down x and x. That's not a guess either. That's fact. Now here comes the guess. I have several ways of getting 8. 2 times 4, 4 times 2, 8 times 1, 1 times 8. I really don't know which of these will work. So I can start guessing. We might as well guess 2 and 4. So I'm going to guess 2 and 4. So I'm guessing that my factors are x minus 2 and x minus 4. Now once I guess, I then check. I'm going to check by multiplying. X times x is x squared. X times a negative 4 is a negative 4x. Negative 2 times x is a negative 2x. A negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive 8. Every time you check, pay attention as to what's happening, and you may get some clues that will help you guess better. Now if I combine the terms, I get x squared minus 6x plus 8, which is not correct. So I'm going to mark off 2 and 4 as being poor guesses. I'm going to also mark through this because it didn't work. Now I'm going to make another guess. I still know the signs will be alike and that both the signs will be negative. Since 2 and 4 didn't work, and I can kind of look and see that 4 and 2 will be the same, except I'll change the order here, I'm going to jump down and guess 8 and 1. Now I know it's x and x. I'm going to guess 8 and 1. Now we must check our guess. X times x gives x squared. X times negative 1 is a negative 1x. A negative 8 times x is a negative 8x. A negative 8 times negative 1 is positive 8. Combining like terms, I get x squared minus 9x plus 8. So, if I multiply my two guesses, I get x squared minus 9x plus 8, which is what I was supposed to get. So therefore, I will circle my guesses as being the answer. My guess is checked. So therefore, x squared minus 9x plus 8 can be factored as x minus 8 times x minus 1.